Sue?
Hi, Raymond.
How are you?
Oh, just fine, thank you. I'm having problems hearing the.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay now?
Yes, that's fine, thank you.
Okay, good. Now we're setting up for a hybrid session, so should take some technical stuff to get this working properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we haven't started yet. So we still have about 10 minutes left. So, okay.
All right, fine, thank you.
This is live. Hello. Yeah, yeah.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Hamilton Buddhist Temple and our Obon service and Shotsky Memorial Service for the month of July and August. I am Marlene Fraser, your Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon's service. We have Yoshi Sensei from the Toronto Buddhist Church presiding over our service today. Everybody hear me okay? Yeah. Can everybody hear me? Oh, can you hear me now? Okay. Want me to start? Obon is a Buddhist memorial service. It is based on a Buddhist text which describes how a devout monk danced with joy after successfully releasing his deceased mother's spirit from the realm of hungry ghosts. Today, it is an occasion to remember our ancestors and loved ones who have departed this world of impermanence and to offer thanksgiving for their efforts. It is therefore considered a joyous occasion. It is often referred as Kangai, gathering of joy. Please join me in silent meditation. The minister will ring a bell to start it. Close your eyes and relax.
Please place your palms in a twinkling of soul. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda.
Thank you. Please rise and join me in reciting Shin Buddhist Life Principles on page 9. Shin Buddhist Life Principles. Entrusting in the vow of the Buddha, calling of the Buddha's name, I will pass through the journey of life with strength and joy. Revering the light of the Buddha, reflecting upon my imperfect self, I will strive to live life of gratitude. Following the teachings of the Buddha, discerning the right path, I will share the true Dharma with all. Rejoicing in the compassion of the Buddha, respecting and aiding all sentient beings, I will work towards the welfare of society and the world. Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Please be seated. We will now chant the Sutra, Jusan. It's an insert in your Seiten. And Jusan will be followed by Amida Sutra on page 56 to 61. During the chanting of Amida Sutra, we will call out the Hatsubun name first. Then I'll be reading the July and August names. They're on the back of your program. And then after that, I'll ask the membership to come up and offer incense. That's it. Takada Yumika, 2023. Hayashi Yoshi, 2002. Matsuzaki Suno, 1984. Fujimoto Yoshikazu, 1983. Asano Yoshishika, 1983. Omatsu Deno, 1982. Yaguchi Nakaichi, 1972. Matsuzaki Sanjiro, 1970. Shibata Itsuno, 1970. Kawai Asamu, 1956. Inoue Takaichi, 1956. Keno Kajiro, 1953. Moore Ronald, 2016. Amaoko Annette, 2013. Koshiba Hiroshi, 2008. Yoshizaki Seiji, 2005. Tanaka Mitsuo, 2003. Kuwabara Masao, 2002. Miyagawa Kajiro, 1999. Nakashiba George, 1998. Issei Kawai, 1994. Hayashida Suno, 1988. Ito Mitsuko, 1981. Ito David Ken, 1981. Kanosuka Tomo, 1970. Keno Ye, 1969. Mitsu Okawa, 1964. Kitamura Yoshi, 1963. Sonoda Chuhai, 1963. Nakashiba Kumazao, 1959. Could the balance of the congregation please come up and offer a sopo, please? I'd like to introduce Yoshi Sensei for his ground talk today.
Hello, everyone. Wait, I need a break. Before I share my Dharma message, I'd like to talk about my experience in America. So some of you already heard at the cemetery this morning, but yeah. So last month, I visited Berkeley, California to teach Buddhist Jodo Shinshu Buddhist rituals to the Tokudo candidate. So the Tokudo is the first ordination to become a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist minister. And then I think some of you met Joanne Sensei. Now she moved to Kingston as a Buddhist chaplain. So she belongs to the Air Force, and she helped the, Army and the Air Force. So if someone has a mental problem, she always took care of them. So, Rosa? Okay, sorry. So she took that Kyoshi, like a second ordination. So, but I taught rituals Tokudo candidate, like a first ordination. And then I was a little bit mean or strict to them. So because it's a training, they have to pass all the examination, not only rituals, but also like a Jodo Shinshu doctrines, teachings, and they also remember all the histories. So I think I should have been more friendly to them now. So, but it was important for them to be strict at the time. And before the lecture, Bishop Aoki, he gave lecture to them over Zoom. And he said, he told them, what is a Tokudo training? What is a Tokudo ordination? And he said to them, he introduced not Jodo Shinshu style, but a Tendaishu Buddhist style training. The Tendaishu Buddhist sect, when they have a Tokudo candidate, they tell them to say, "Hai," to say yes, everything. When their mentor asks them to do something, they must say yes. It makes sense. Like if I have a not disciple but an assistant who wants to become a Tokudo minister, If I ask him to clean up the table, say, yes, I do. Please prepare the Buddhist items. Yes, I do. And he does, or she does. But even like the mentor says, get outside, go outside, or go upstairs, or go downstairs. They must say yes, no question. So if they ask, Sensei, I already cleaned the temple's garden outside, so why do I have to go outside again? Can they ask? No, no ask, no question. Yeah. So when I was the junior Buddhist minister, my sensei also told me, you are too early to ask me. Just do it. Just do it. No question. So why they do a little bit strict style? Because, you know, the asking question is kind of rejecting. Why I have to go upstairs? I know there's nothing upstairs. Why I have to go? Why I have to go outside? Even I already cleaned up the garden. Why? That means I don't want to do it. I don't want to go upstairs or outside. But there is always meaning why mentor says that word to the disciples. Okay? So that is why, like, and to say yes is important to accept. If you say that, yes, I do, like accepting is a first practice as a Buddhist minister. So that's why I also had to say hi or yes for 1 year when my sensei said something. So and Bishop Aoki introduced this, gave them the advice. So I want to share first before I share my Dharma talk. And today, we all gathered together to do Gasho for Obon service. And in Japan, it's believed our ancestors who had passed away come back to this world from Buddha's pure land during the Obon season. And some local temple or some local communities in Japan rejoice this Obon season. And they have the custom to hold the Obon dance, the Bon Odori. Hansa also does did? Oh, last year. Oh, okay, yeah. So they dance the Obon. And it's great joy to see the return of this list. But it's also, I think it's also sad because after Obon season, our ancestors return to the pure land again. So leave here, leave this from this world to the pure land again. And it's a little bit sad. But Jodo Shinshu Buddhist tradition doesn't say our ancestors return to this world only during the Obon season. So when they come back to this world, it's when we say Namo Amida Buddha. They are always come back with Amida Buddha. So they all can come back as Nembutsu whenever. Because all Nembutsu followers who have passed away were reborn in Amida Buddha's pure land to become Buddhas. In other words, they become Buddha to be with Amida Buddha. These Buddhas can reach us anytime and anywhere through the Nembutsu. And this year, there are many attendees at the Toronto Buddhist Church Hatsubon service. Hatsubon means the first, and Obon, first Obon, who had lost their family or close friends in 2023. From July 2022 until June 2023. So like for 1 year, when they lost their family, they attended Toronto Buddhist Church Hatsubon, first Obon service last week. and there were a lot because of the pandemic, for long lasting, they were not able to come to the temple, so they came. So we invited not only for 1 year, family, 2 or 3 years. So and I think some of them came to know the truth of life and encountered Buddhism through the grief of losing their loved ones. So what is the truth of this life is? To know the truth of this life is to know that I or we and this life are uncertain. And to encounter Jodo Shinshu tradition is encounter Amida Buddha's otemawashi. All is like honorable things. Like Obutsudan. We sometimes call Butsudan like a form Buddha after. But if we want to respect to call the Obutsudan, we say Obutsudan. And money is a kane, but we call it okane, like honor. So otemawashi, o, and te is a hand. And mawashi is like a circle or round. Otemawashi. So, but in Jodo Shinshu, otemawashi means, the regular Japanese language, it's okay. Like common sense is that otemawashi means to expect in advance what is needed and to prepare it in time for the occasion. Does that make sense? Again, otemawashi means to expect in advance what is needed and to prepare in time for the occasions. So Amida's otemawashi is to prepare for or preparing for us to guide and lead us to the period where our lives do not end in death. Okay, for example, this is my personal things, but I received a phone call from my parents' house about a month ago. When I answered the phone, I was told my father had fell at the temple where he was on the business trip. So he was invited as a guest minister at other local temple, and he fell down. And he was taken to the hospital, had emergency surgery, and he was there in the hospital for a while. And he is now back to the home, like in good health, fortunately. But when I received a phone call from my mother, like I had bad feeling in my head that is like a might be. That means like I met him only 1 month ago in May in Japan because I had to be there on my business trip. So when I received a phone call from my mother, I thought that occasion might have been the last time I saw him. And considering that, I thought, oh, I should have spent more time with him to speak. Or, my father asked me, Yoshi, how about go to the izakaya or, drinking together? And I said, oh, no, I need to meet my friends. So tonight, so I cannot go there, So, but when I received a phone call, oh my God, oh my gosh, he said, oh my Buddha, oh my Buddha. So I should have gone with him to the izakaya. So unexpected separation. Unexpected separation is not something that happens only to those who are old, including myself. If I meet an accident or get illness, I know this life is uncertain. Nothing forever in life. And when I am reminded of this truth of life, I always remember one sentence from a letter of Renyo. Renyo says, those in the morning we may have radiant health. In the evening we may be white ashes. It's really powerful sentence, I think. And though in the morning we may have radiant health, but in the evening we may be white ashes. So it means someone go outside, like ittekimasu, like in Japan it means like I'm gonna leave the house, ittekimasu. So, and we say itterashai. In English, we don't have the ittekimasu, itterashai. Ittekimasu, I'm gonna go, and itterashai, get out. No, but itterashai, right? And we expect he or she comes back at evening. And tadaima, I'm home now. And if someone in the house, they say, okaeri, welcome back home. So, but this sentence, in the morning, we may be white, though in the morning, we may be white ashes. Even if we say ittekimasu in the morning, we don't know he or she comes back at the evening. Maybe they become white ashes. And when I studied this letter, the Renyo Shonin's letter, my sensei told me, people tend to think of life and death as a timeline. So when we were born in this world, it's kind of start. And death is the end. So it's like a timeline. So born and living, growing up and getting old and die. We think, like many people think about it. But he said, therefore, they often misunderstand they are living toward death. But Yoshi, my name, Yoshi, we are not living towards death. We are living with death on our shoulders. Not like growing, born, be born, and going up, getting old and die. Not. Yeah. So we are always live with death on our shoulder. So there, as a Buddhist minister, I have witnessed many occasions of separation. Sometimes I had to conduct a funeral service for the children or baby, and they were not able to growing up and getting old. So and through these occasions, I am taught I am always living in this world of impermanence. And for me, it's important to keep in my mind what my sensei said to me. We are not living toward death. We are living with death. Why I'd like to keep his words or his teaching in my mind, because I encounter something beyond life and death that we can rely on. In other words, I encounter the Buddha that gives me true comfort. Because human beings tend to want to make life as a beautiful. I also want to make my life beautiful. In life, we look ahead to goals for the future. These goals gives us hope, and reaching goals gives us joy in this life. Again, like a Tokudo candidate, there were so many students, so they had a goal to become a Tokudo minister, right? And they practiced and they studied a lot. When their goals came true, they are so enjoyed, they are so happy, and they might make another goal to become a kyoshi and kai kyoshi and president Buddhist minister at the local temple. Yeah. So goals gives us the hope, and the hope gives us the joy in this life. But when we think about it, we end up saying, it's all right while we are alive. But when we die, our goals will not be achieved. And there will be no hope. When we die, we are finished. Because our goals and hopes in this world can only be held while we are still alive. However, Buddhism doesn't consider that death is the end at all. We don't think about death is the end. Because there is Amida's Otemawashi, that guides us to the pure end. Therefore, in Buddhism, we don't call death is death. We call nirvana in Sanskrit. And in Japanese, we call it Ojo. Nirvana is a state in which all worldly desire have been eliminated. And Ojo literally means birth in the pure land. Birth in the pure land. It's interesting because sometimes I hear we go to the pure land. Go to the pure land. It's like I go to the McDonald's or I go to the KFC. No one say I will be reborn in the McDonald's. So, but Ojo, it means we will be reborn in the pure land. That means we go to the pure land, but we say we are born in the pure land. And why we will be born in the pure land? Cause is to become a Buddha, to become a Buddha. Through the guidance of Amida Buddha and saying the Nebutsu, we are all reborn in the same pure land, same pure land. It's really important to know the same pure land, because in the Buddhist teachings, there are as many Buddhas pure land as there are Buddhas. And each Buddha has their own pure land. But Nebutsu followers go to the Amida Buddha's pure land at the same pure land, at the same place. And a few years ago, I had a memorable experience regarding this teaching that go to the same pure land. It was when I did a Makurayo service for a temple member who had been told that she didn't have long to live by doctor. Makurayo is last right service. And I visited the hospital to conduct the service for her. And she had lost her husband a few years ago. At the end of the Makurayo service, she cried and she said, I will go to my husband's place soon. And she gave me the smile and said, he will not be lonely anymore. It's like 5 years ago. So I wanted to encourage her. So I said, Kyoko-san, her name is Kyoko. Kyoko-san, don't worry. I think he's not be lonely because he is always with Buddha and he became Buddha. So don't worry, he's not lonely. But she said, no, sensei, he must be lonely. And she said, because he must miss me. I have been lonely ever since I lost him. So I was so lonely when I lost him. And still, I'm so lonely. And sensei, I know he was a person who always understood my feelings. So I'm sure he missed me as much as I missed him. But I heard I can go to the Buddha's Pure Land, the same Pure Land, and he is always there. So I'm sad to leave this world soon, but I'm so kind. She didn't say happy, but she said I'm so 嬉しい, like glad or happy or like yeah, 嬉しい to go to the Pure Land because my husband is there. So she seems to be pleased with the thought of being born in the Pure Land of Amida Buddha, where her husband was. And I thought her description of how she and her husband understood each other sounds like there was compassion. Buddha's compassion. Buddha's compassion does not encourage us, but Buddha feels the same feeling with us. And I think this compassion is the activity of Amida Buddha and compassionate activity from the Pure Land. Through her words, I was also able to encounter Amida Buddha's compassion again, and I did gassho with her. So we understand in our head that we will be passed away someday, but it's difficult to accept that in our mind. However, we who have encountered Buddha's compassion or Buddha's otemawashi can understand this is not an absolute end. It's not end. Amida's otemawashi guides us to live with Nembutsu and lead us to the Pure Land at the end of our human lives. It also leads us to the gassho with great relief and comfort. Thank you. I would like to close my Dharma talk with gassho. Namanabut, 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 namanabut. Thank you.
Thank you, Yoshi Sensei. Please rise to sing on Doksu on page 146. Yes, for sure. Please.
there's English translation on page 144. Such is the remembrance of the Father's year country.
that I must strive to repay even when my body turns to dust. Such is the benevolence of masters and teachers, that I may thank them till my bones have grown. Please be seated. Some announcements. Please be sure to take your homeo home with you. I'd like to thank Yoshi Sensei for our cemetery services this morning and for presiding over our afternoon service. Thank you to all the members and friends who helped set up the room today for our service today and for helping afterwards today. Thanks to all of you for attending our service today. Our next service will be Sunday, September 3rd at 11 o'clock at the library. Please join us for tea and light refreshments after our service. I hope everybody can stay. This brings our formal portion of our service to a close. Please put your hands together in gasho. Repeat after me. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Thank you.
And I think I put my Dharma talk somewhere.
Did you?
Yeah, here.